All right, I'm here with David Arluck, and here's my question for you. In the last 10 years, maybe a little more, the biggest change I think in swimming is that so many more post grads are staying into it. The age of our elite athletes is getting higher and higher, and I feel like the reason for that is that there are just more opportunities for swimmers to make money, to be able to stay in it and train. I feel like there's a lot of swimmers in the past who would have stayed in it longer if they had the same opportunities. And I feel like the kind of things that you're doing were the missing piece, basically. You know, you're bringing Olympic swimmers to kids with the Fitter and Faster tour. You're doing all this awesome stuff, but you're also helping these athletes stay in the game longer, which is a pretty cool thing. Now, I want to hear from you. How did you get started working with swimmers and developing this thing? And I mean, was that a part of your vision for developing the Fitter and Faster?
Good question. Actually, my father was a swimmer. So my father graduated college in 1966, but when he graduated, he was only 20. He went to trials in '64, and at the time there was the Vietnam War going on. So when you graduate college, you start, you go to work, and it was always, I wouldn't say a joke, but it was always kind of mentioned to my family that, he never really got to see his swimming through. And, that's always sat with me in the back of my mind.
What does your dad go the 100-yard free?
Back in the day?
Yeah.
My dad went 47 point in 1966.
Wow. Dang.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Back when
It's fast.
pools were designed very differently, and they're swimming 1,500 yards a day, and so he was a good swimmer. He was a really good swimmer. He would when he was in his 50s, early to mid 50s, he was doing 200 freestyle with open turns, going 155.
Wow.
Pretty good.
That's awesome.
So I think that really stuck with me my whole life. What's kind of driven me. And then, long story short, I had an opportunity where I met Gary Hall Jr. And if there was one swimmer that I knew, I would say there's more than one swimmer that I knew growing up, but I think that the top favorite swimmers I had were Matt Biondi and Gary Hall Jr. And I had an opportunity to meet Gary and spend some time with him in New York, and one thing led to another, and I had a chance to work with him, and be inspired by him, and see how he approached the sport, and fast forward a whole bunch of years, I've just always been very motivated to want to work with other swimmers. There's not going to be many, if ever, another Gary Hall Jr., but there's going to be a lot of amazing, unique personalities in the sport that, unless someone is bringing them to the public and introducing them to people, you're never going to know who they are. They're going to go under-publicized because USA Swimming and other entities, rightly so, are going to stick, their arms around, 3 or 4 of the, athletes who might be doing 4, 5, 6 events. But there are dozens of athletes who make the Olympics and who even just make finals at Olympic trials, who are marketable and who could be admired, and who I want people to know. And I believe that parents who take their kids to swim practice every single day aren't hoping that their kids become Olympians. I think that parents who take their kids to swim practice every single day want their kids to hang out with other nice kids.
Yes.
And be happy and be healthy and be inspired, and learn a good work ethic. And I think in swimming you can achieve all those things. And so whether you're meeting someone through the Fitter and Faster Tour who's been an Olympian or won an Olympic medal, or miss the Olympics, I think that we introduce people throughout the country to great individuals who happen to swim.
Wow. Great answer. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.